that chin to your chest. Roll through the spine to lower yourself down. And then roll through that spine to come all the way back up and reach up with the arms stretched nice and high. And again, when you're ready, roll through the spine. Good, roll yourself back up and reach. Let's do that one more time. And then roll back up. Hold the arms nice and high, and we're just going to drop it from side to side. Keep the hips still as we do this. Good. Make sure those knees are soft so we're not locking them out. For 4, 3, 2, and then drop the arms by the side of you. Take it into a bend on this way. So trying to reach the hand to the side of the leg. 4, 3, 2, and then the basic squat down. Good, keep that going. 4, 3, 2, and then into a knee lift with the opposite arm. Slow lift, slow lower. So we can bring the knee up to hip height or maybe a little bit higher. Really feeling like you're using your stomach here to lift that knee. Good, 2 more. And then circle through the legs. We're going to circle the leg out. And then circle the other way on that same leg. 1 more. And then change to the other side. Circle. Circle the other way. Go back to your knee lift with the opposite arm. Slow lift, slow lower. Hold the next one up. Take it out to the side, center, lower, then change. So try and keep those hips still as we do this. We want to keep the hip bone still pointing forward. We're sort of stretching into the hips by allowing those hips to stay still. 1 more each way. And then with the arms, bring the arms in front, and we're just going to open and close the arms. So really think about stretching through that chest as we open. And then coming at a diagonal one way and then a diagonal the other way. Four, 3, 2, and then take your arms out to the side, come into your torso twist. Again, hips are staying still, so it might limit the movement, but it just gets you mobile a little bit more through the spine. Two more. And then bring that chin to that chest. Roll yourself down again. Hold yourself down there. Walk your hands over to that right leg. Hold that stretch. And then walk it over to your left leg. Bring it back to center. Roll through the spine again. Shrug out through those shoulders. We're going to come back to your squat. 1 squat, 1 knee. Good. 1 squat, 1 leg lift to the side. Nice. One more. One squat again, then leg lift back. Squeeze into the bum. Two more. Good, and then bringing those feet together for me. We're going to pulse your squat here for 3, 2, 1, and then just lift. Try and keep the legs squeezed together as we do this. Two more. One more. And then holding it to center, just make sure your knees are soft. Find that neutral through that lower spine. Come to your pelvic floor with the legs together. So take that deep breath in. As we exhale, contract through the pelvic floor muscle. And as we in-breath, we relax it. So really remember to be working through that front passage all the way into the back passage. Squeezing it together but also lifting it and then releasing it. Two more. Does this feel a little bit stronger with your legs together? Give me a thumbs up if you feel that feels stronger. Yeah, thought it would do. So the legs together, it just activates the pelvic floor a little bit more, that's probably why. So we're going to bring the elbows tucked in and we're just going to open and close. I'm going a bit blurry. Two more. And then turn the palms to face up, open and close. Two more. Good. And then let's take your legs wide, but toes still forward. And we're going to work through the pelvic floor again. So make sure the knees are soft and your back is in that neutral. Taking that deep breath in. As we exhale, contracting through the pelvic floor. And it may feel harder, so don't worry if it does. With the legs being wider, you're sort of stretching the pelvic floor a little bit more, so it might feel harder to connect, but that's fine. We tend to be weaker in this position because of that. So again, making sure you're working through the front, the pubic bone, all the way back into your tailbone. Bringing it together, also lifting it up through center. Does this feel different to when you had your legs together? Give me a thumbs up if it feels different. Do two more. And again, we're going to bring the elbows tucked in and we're going to open and close again into your bundles. So really make sure the elbows are sort of stuck to your waist as we open and close. So we're not actively trying to do this movement where you're thrusting your ribs forward. The movement comes through the back of your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Good. Turn the palms to face up. So this just changes the muscles that were being used. 4, 3, 2, one more. Okay, let's take your legs out wider, toes turned out. Let's come into a wide squat and then a reach over. Four, 3, 2, one more, and then pulse the squat down only. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Two more. Back to your singles again, but we're going to take it to a rotation. That's it. Good, two more. And then pulsing it down again. 3 pulses and then a lift. Two more. Good, and then bring those legs back in. Let's come up onto those toes, lift up and then lower back down. Two more. And then hover that right leg off the floor, swing that leg forward and back. Vicky, is Luna playing up? Swing the leg side to side. And then we're going to step that leg out, come into a side lunge and then step it in. Four more. One more. Lift the knee through center, hold that knee there, and extend the leg forward, and then press the heel back behind you. So extend that leg forward, press the heel back. Good. So finding that balance, connecting with the stomach to support you. One more. And then relaxing that leg down. Your left leg, swing it forward and back. Side to side. And then step it out into that side lunge, step it in. Two more. And then lift that knee up, holding it there. And extending that leg forward and then pressing back with that heel. And then just walk out through those legs. Good, with the arms, just going to circle the arms. And then circle the arms the other way. I'm always surprised that I can do this really well. I always feel like I'm going to struggle doing the arms and the legs at the same time. It always feels like you might go a bit wrong. Relax it down, just shrug out through the shoulders. Okay, stand at the end of your mat. And we're going to go into your walkout. So when you're ready, roll yourself down. Walk forward into your plank. Hold it there for 2 counts. Then walk it back in. Stand up. And do that again. Good. So keep that movement going. So really making sure we're connecting with that stomach as we come out. Hands are underneath the shoulders as we come into that plank. Tailbone is tucked when you're in your plank position. Good, nice work, guys. Good, do 2 more. And then when you've done that last one, after you've held it out for 2 counts, just drop to the knees, sit back, and have a little rest here. Walk your hands over to your right side. And then walk your hands over to your left. Good, slowly ease that out. Just changing your camera angle for some of you so that I can see you on the floor. And then we're going to come up onto your knees when you're ready. So we're going to just be here and we're just going to lean back as far as we can and then come all the way back out. So we're going to inhale as we lower, exhale as we lift up. You okay, Red?
Sorry, the voice is, for me, is a bit quiet in relation to the music.
No, that's fine.
Cool, thank you.
So keep doing that if you knew what I was just doing. So that's on your knees, leaning back as far as you can. Is that better now with the voice? Awesome. So you want to exhale as you come in, as you come up, sorry. Really feel like you're bracing and connecting with the stomach. Four more. One more. Good. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a move of a lunge to standing. So take your right leg forward into a lunge. And then I want you to lift up onto your back toe. So you come all the way up off the floor. Then you lower back down. Then you come back onto your knees. Other leg, take a step forward. Lift into your lunge. Lower down. Lower back down. Yeah, so just keep changing from leg to leg. What I want you to be thinking of is exhaling as you lift up. Think about really engaging through the stomach muscles as you lift up. Good. So this is just going to really help for if you're picking up the baby off the floor. It's just going to get your legs stronger. It's going to get your core, your breath working the way you need to. Because sometimes we do pick the babies off the floor in a very awkward angle. So it's just going to support us really. And then when you've done your 4, just sit back into your child's pose and just have a little stretch and a rest. Okay, so we're going to now come all the way onto the floor, onto our front. So lie yourself down. So you might want to look for this next exercise if you haven't done it before. So you're going to have your thumbs up in front of you. We're going to go into what I, Y and T with the arms. Head and chest stays down, but my head's lifted so I can chat into the mic. So all you're going to be doing is just lifting the arms up into what I, then take your arms out into sort of a V for your Y shape. Then take your arms out into a T shape. So a I, Y and T. Good. So we're working through your back here, for the back muscles, into the shoulders. Just make sure the legs stay down so the movement's just coming through the arms and the shoulders. If it gets too much, you can always do a single arm instead of both the arms at the same time. Try and keep the head and chest down so the movement is coming through the shoulders and arms. So obviously with us being pregnant and then obviously now with the little ones and our back posture, we tend to be quite slouched for the back. So this is just going to really help strengthen that up. Let's do 3 more, so that's 3 more of each. And then when you've done that, come back up onto your hands and knees. So coming into your box position, make sure there's a nice gap between the legs, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. So just going to roll through that lower spine. And then find where your back lies halfway. So find your neutral. And again, as always, connect with the stomach. So we're going to go into your opposite arm and leg. Reach the arm and leg out, bring it back in, change to the other side. Stretch out, lift it back in, or release it back in. Good, keep that going. So we're trying to keep the hips nice and level as we do this. Think about really connecting with the stomach. And use your exhale with the part that you find hard. So if you find maybe the lifting up is just where you need that extra help, exhale as you lift. Or if you find that the lowering down is when you need that extra help, exhale as you lower. Good work, guys. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then we're just going to hover your right hand and your left knee off the floor. Just hover, hold. Lower it back down, then hover, hold on the other side. So you're literally just picking up the hand and the knee just an inch off the floor and then lower it back down again. So make it quite a small move, a really small lift and then a lower. So the smaller the move, the more different muscles you're going to be working compared to that whole big move where you lift the leg all the way up or the arm all the way up. It's working more through the stability muscles, the muscles that are going to keep you strong when you're lifting, carrying something heavy. Good, keep that going, guys. Is the music volume still quite loud, or is it okay? Is it just a little bit too loud still? It's not changing. I'm trying to make it quieter, but it's not changing. So just keep going with this, guys. It was just working a minute ago. Do 4 more like this. I'll just do a bit more shouting. And then when you've done these 4, let's come up into that downward dog, lifting the bum nice and high. From this downward dog, let's come into your bear. So we're just going to bring the knees and hover them off the floor. We're going to keep that connection with the stomach, and we're going to still breathe. And then lift back into your downward dog. Back into your bear hold again. Hover those knees off the floor. Lift it back into your downward dog. 2 more times. Come back into your bear hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. And then last time, come back into your bear hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. In this downward dog, if you can carry on, tap your hand to the opposite leg. Four, 3, 2, 1 more. Good, and drop the knees to the floor, sit back onto your heels, stretch those arms forward again. Let's walk your hands over to your left side first, really stretch through that left side. And then walk it all the way over to your other side. Good, slowly ease that out. We're going to do 1 more up onto our knees. So if you take your right leg forward again for me. If you tuck your tailbone under, so you're really trying to push the hip forward. And then lean back to hopefully feel a stretch through your left hip. You can always lift the left arm up to increase that stretch if you need to. And then release that back out, change that to the other side, take a step forward. Tuck the tailbone under and then lean back to come into that stretch. Good, release that down. Coming now onto your bum, then roll onto your side. And then lie on your back. So if you lie yourself all the way down onto your back, your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are bent. And then just rock through your lower spine. Find where your neutral back is today. Hold that neutral still, relax the neck and shoulders. Let's go into your toe tap. So lifting one leg up and down at a time. So making sure your back can stay in that neutral as we lift and lower. pulsing down. For 4, 3, 2, one more. Bringing those knees into your chest. Hold on to your right leg, take your left leg out, and then switch those legs over. So really holding onto the hand, onto the knee if you need to, or taking the hands away. But just checking the back can stay in that neutral, and we can keep that connection. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees in. Have that little rock from side to side. And then dropping those feet back onto the floor. Feet together, legs together, and drop the arms to the side. We're going to drop the knees halfway over to one side and slowly bring it back to center. Drop them halfway over to the other side. So slowly come in, slowly drop down, halfway. We want to keep the shoulders on the floor as we do this. If you do want to work harder, we just bring the legs into your tabletop and you can do the move from there. Four more. And then bring those knees back in, have that little rest there. Just bringing your feet together, hold on to your ankles and just allow the knee to drop out as you hold it into the stretch. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And then drop the legs onto the floor. Can you keep them in that position actually? Keep the feet together, knees dropped out to the side. And then just lift and lower for your bridge. So squeeze them into the bum as we lift up. For 4, 3, 2, pulse it up, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, one more, back to your singles again, lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pulse it up again. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Last one. And then relax that down. Give the legs a bit of a shake out if it needs it. And then bring the legs back to where they were on the floor, feet hip width apart, knees bent. And we're going to come into your leg extension. So extending the leg out and in at a time, one leg at a time. So you can stay here, or we lift the legs to that tabletop if you can keep your back in that neutral and that stomach doesn't dome. So it stays connected. It's not allowing that gap to get bigger if you've got the divarication. Use your exhale, inhale, breathe with this. We're going to slow that lower down phase and then make the upward phase quick. So it's a slow out and then a quick lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bringing those knees back in, holding on to that right leg again, left leg out and switch. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it back in. Have that little rock. Last bit of stomach exercise before we change where we are. Feet together, legs together, arms out to the side. Let's drop the knees halfway over to one side. Bring it back to center. Change to the other side. So we want to exhale as we bring the legs in. Keep the shoulder blades down onto the floor. So again, you can make that harder by bringing the legs to the tabletop. We've got the arms stretched out to the side to support you. 4 more. When you've done your 4, just have a quick stretch through the body, just for your stomach, for your abs. Just stretching out the arms behind the head, stretching out those legs, and just have a whole body stretch here. And then release that back, feet flat on the floor. And we're going to come into your pelvic floor work again. So find where your back is in that neutral position. And then when you're ready, taking that deep breath in. As we exhale, we contract through that pelvic floor, through the front passage, all the way into the back passage, bringing it together, lifting it up, and then releasing it out with that in-breath. Exhale to contract the pelvic floor. Inhale to relax the pelvic floor. And just remember, when we're using our breath with the pelvic floor, try and make sure we're breathing into the ribs rather than the belly. You want to have that connection through the rib cage, because as soon as you start to breathe through your belly, as you work the pelvic floor, you're not going to get that engagement as much. Do 2 more. When you've done your 2, just take your feet wider than your mat. And then you're just going to allow the knees to drop from side to side. So again, this is a really good sort of pelvic floor release, lower back and hip release. And you just go as far over as you can with those knees. Okay, release that back, and then let's come onto our side. So lie yourself out on the one side. Are we still feeling okay, guys? We okay? Good. Nice long line for the body then. You know where we are with this. Let's hover the bottom leg if we can. And then lift and lower that top leg. For 4, 3, 2, pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That top leg, tap it forward and then tap it behind the bottom leg. So you're trying to keep the hips nice and still, so you're nice and stable as we tap that top foot forward and back. So you're sort of creating that rainbow with the leg or the foot. 4, 3, 2, and then lift and lower that leg again. Just lift and lower normal. 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to bring the knee. We're going to bend the knee in towards the chest and then extend the leg back out. So bring the knee in and then extend out. Just bring it in as far as you can. For 4, 3, 2, one more. And then circle that leg round. Circle round the other way. And then pulse it to finish. Pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. One more. Yeah, relaxing that down. Bringing those knees in front. Bring the arms in front. And we're going to lift the arms all the way up and over to the side. And then bring it all the way back again. So just use this as a bit of mobility work as you move through the stretch. And then the next time, hold it out there. Hold the arms to that opposite side. And then release that all the way back out. Come up, turn yourself round, do that on the other side. It's a nice long line through the body again. Find that positioning and then lift and lower through that top leg. Keeping those hips stacked. Keeping that connection with the core to keep you stable. For 4, 3, 2, pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Tap that top foot forward and back. Four, 3, 2, lift and lower that leg again. Circle the leg for 4, 3, 2, circle the other way. And then we're going to bring the knee in, so bend the knee in towards the chest and extend it back out. For 4, 3, 2, one more. Lift and lower the leg, we're nearly done. And then pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Last one. Good work, guys. Well done. Bring the knees in front. Bring the arms in front and then just lift it up and over and just move with it. And then hold it over on the next one. And then release that out. Lie yourself on your back now. We're going to come into our relaxation. So lie yourself all the way out, guys. Just allow the eyes to close. As you try and allow the body to be nice and still, to relax, and just to feel heavy against the floor. As you relax your jaw, your tongue, your mouth, soften through the shoulders, the neck. Both the arms and the hands feel heavy. The belly and the chest softens. The hips and the bum release. And finally, both the legs into your feet feel heavy and relaxed against the floor. As you bring your focus to your breath on that rise and fall. Maybe you count the breath. Maybe you just keep your focus there. If you find that the mind starts to wander, just bring it back to your breath. Taking a deep breath in and a slow exhale as you start to bring some movement through your fingers and those toes. And then slowly start to bring just your feet onto the floor so your knees are bent. And we're going to extend one leg up to come into your hamstring stretch. So your eyes can still be closed if you wish. Just keep that leg as straight as you can, pressing that through your heel. Holding behind that leg just to support it. And then bringing your ankle onto the opposite knee, and we're going to lift that opposite leg up to come into your bum stretch. Relax the legs back down, hamstring on the other side. Ankle onto the opposite knee for that bum stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest. roll over onto our side, and then come up onto your hands and knees. From there, let's lift into your downward dog. And then just walk your hands in to where your feet are and just really allow yourself to hang here. Allow the upper body to be heavy. And then slowly roll through the spine to come all the way up, standing, shrugging out through the shoulders. And we're going to come into a chest stretch using a wall. So if you've got a wall near you, all I want you to do is have the arm that's closer to the wall behind you, and then you're going to go as close as you can towards the wall, and then just twist, try and twist out into the room. If you can see that. So if I was facing you, I've got my hand behind me, I step close to the wall, I turn so I can face out at the same time. And you should hopefully feel a stretch through your chest. Give me a thumbs up if you can feel that. Ish. And then release that, and then do that on the other arm. So the arm is on the wall behind you. You take a step close to the wall, then you turn out into the room to get that stretch. Vicky, lift your arm up a little bit higher and have the palm flat against the wall. So, does that feel better? Yeah. Cool. And release that down, guys. Just bringing your feet hip width apart. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale out into a squat. And we're going to do it one more time. Deep breath in and exhale. And give yourself a massive round of applause.